It's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am great, and we're so close to Saturday's Big 12 championship game in Arlington, Texas. It's just around the corner. It's TCU and Kansas State, the two purple teams. That's right, the two purple teams meet for the Big 12 title. Oh man, it's going to be so much fun, and it starts with College Game Day. That's right, College Game Day. ESPN picked the Big 12 game as the best game to visit this weekend when everyone else is playing their title games. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it is in some ways because this is the best game. You've got the third-ranked Frogs according to the college football playoff rankings and the 10th-ranked Wildcats. It's a top 10 matchup, and it's going to be a doozy. But what if TCU loses? That'll be the topic of today's Daily Delivery. But first, this reminder, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It helps us out so much, and we're really trying to get to 7,500 subscribers by the end of the calendar year. It costs you nothing, and it boosts our algorithm. What if Kansas State beats TCU? Well, we know this. Kansas State's playing in the Sugar Bowl, either in victory as Big 12 champions or in defeat as the substitute for TCU, the Big 12 champion, which will then be in the college football playoff. TCU is 12-0. They're unbeaten. They're one win away from getting a shot to play for the national championship. But what if they lose? And I hope they discuss this on College Game Day. If TCU loses, do they immediately say, well, Ohio State should be in the playoffs because they didn't lose this weekend? Let's go back to 2014 and what got us here. In 2014, Baylor beat TCU in the final game of the season, and the two teams ended up tied for the Big 12 championship. But did the committee take either Baylor or TCU? No. And the reason given was simple. The Big 12 doesn't have a championship game. These two teams that should have met one more time missed their final data point. They didn't have that 13th game, and thus they didn't get in the cut. And Ohio State did get that fourth spot, and you know what? Ohio State won the national championship. Well, here we are in 2022, and that final data point, well, what if it's a loss for TCU? The Frogs will be 12-1. The Frogs were arguably the best team throughout the season, going undefeated. But what if they lose a narrow game, a great game, against a top 10 team? Does that knock them out of the playoff in favor of Ohio State, which didn't have a final data point? You see, the rules change depending on the brand. And when you got the Ohio State brand, you're always on the right side of the discussion, when we all know around the Big 12 that TCU belongs because the Frogs are really good, even if they lose to the Cats.